Hi, I'm Harry Reeder, Senior Pastor of Briarwood Presbyterian Church and author of the book that's just out through Christian Focus. In fact, maybe one of the best ways I could lay this book before you is to speak of three threes. The first three is the overall function and framework of the book is that the church needs to define leadership, and there's about 3 or 4 chapters on that. And then that the church not only needs to define leadership, but that the church needs to develop leaders. And then number 3, that the church deploys leaders, thus the 3D leadership: defining, developing, and deploying leaders. Right now, the world defines leadership, and the world develops its leaders, and the world deploys its leaders. What are we doing in the church? Well, we're taking leaders from the world who have learned leadership from the world's definition, who have been developed by the world, deployed by the world. They become Christians, or they come to our church after becoming Christians, and we bring them into leadership in the church. And we think, well, a 6-week officer training class is going to change them from being worldly leaders with a world-framed definition of leadership that's really revolving around secular humanism. And somehow 6 officer training classes, now they're going to be Christian leaders. That's just not going to work. No, we need to understand that leadership is something that has to be taught. Christian leadership in many ways is contrary to what the world thinks of leadership. For instance, servanthood, sacrificial, shepherding leaders, instead of, one of the illustrations I use is that the world develops rancher leaders. That is, ranchers are those who drive a herd. The church has developed shepherd leaders, and shepherds don't drive sheep. They get out in front and their sheep follow them. They set the pace for them. There's so many dynamics of what is actually a leader so that we define it, and then we know how to disciple others so that they are developed as leaders. And by the way, I think you need the book because actually the reality is leaders are learners. If you ever quit learning, then you need to step out of leadership. Leaders aren't people who know it all. Leaders are people who want to know it all. Hope you enjoy the book.